Alright, greetings and salutations, my name is Fire, and welcome back for more Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. And the last time we defeated the Dread Omphalos, and in this episode we're gonna figure out how to help out Six in the Haunted Mansion.
Feel the thrills, spills, chills, and kills.
Strange. Doesn't look like an animated bear suit to me. Oh, hey, old man.
To the virtual Haunted Mansion. Are you ready to look into the darkness of the human?
Light it up, baby.
Everyone has memories they've buried. But sometimes evil takes hold of those memories.
Evil!
Possessed by evil, the memory twists in the shadows of the heart and eventually gives birth to a personal demon.
Your own personal Jesus.
Seems ridiculous, but you will see. That gnawing feeling comes from you knowing that you have your own demon.
Well, I am a summoner.
As further proof of this reality, such a demon has actually appeared in this very mansion.
Bullshit, Grandpa.
In this story, the one who brought forth a demon is a certain young boy. We shall call him Kid A.
I knew Radiohead were summoning demons with their crappy music.
Kid A cunningly changed its form and was hiding in this mansion. It has now finally taken hold of Kid A. Wretched little boy. Will he lose his soul to the demon without a struggle?
Yeah, probably.
Now, to the world of Kid A. That name really doesn't have any gravitas.
Nice audio mix in.
Give him an arbitrary. We shall now call him Shingo.
Shingo? He's talking about...
Oh, the same name as someone you know. What a coincidence. There are
Sir, could you please speak up?
with the same name. It means nothing. Now, come inside.
It means nothing.
If you are a kind person and wish to save Shingo,
Hey, exact same
then
person.
find the rooms of memories in this mansion. That is the only hint I can give you. The sound that dwells in memories. Did you get that? Look for a sound.
What is this, The Lost Woods?
Now it's your big sister's turn to read you a book. Shingo, are you having fun? We'll play together forever.
Yes, sister. We'll play together forever and ever.
Huh. A little bit of, Shining vibes here. Anyway, there's a little treasure you can get here, but it is, not on this side. Yeah, no, on the complete opposite side, but don't worry, there are no encounters on this part of the, floor. Not until we go into the Rooms of Memories, but we don't have to worry about those yet if we want treasure. Or just by constantly slamming our head into the wall. This was another case of my guide is now completely useless with really vague directions. And now we got 500 magnetite. It's not the best treasure in the world, but it's something. So I've had to employ some stronger editing techniques. Though it did result in me messing one thing up a little bit later, but for now... start it up.
Welcome to the Room of Memories. If a magic door could take you to the past or the future, which would you choose?
It's a hard one.
Many would choose the past. They would step into the past to change the familiar, rather than jump into the uncertain. What lies beyond the door the boy opened? The key to that answer.
Who wants spoilers? No one's gonna jump into the future.
Perhaps it is you. Now, let us begin. It is the start of Door to the Past. The sound that dwells within memories shall surely return power to that mirror.
Sure. Anyway, this one is, This particular dungeon really stuck out to me the first time I played the game because, fuck it. It's not the worst one in the world, but it is a lot of trial and error. Because one of these doors is absolutely the one you have to go to. However, you don't know which one it is, and if you step into the wrong one, it warps you to the basement. Which is a really big, sprawling area.
What should we play next? I know. Let's draw pictures. I'll draw a princess.
That's pretty.
What should I draw?
We'll never know. I mean, it's the first time we got down here, too. Anyway, there's some, this is where we're going to start getting into encounters. So, what do you got, Bifrons? Ugh. Yeah, don't do that, because Miragi kind of really fucking hurts. Especially for Jimenez, who I really need to fuse something more powerful into. So as we can see, he's not doing too well anymore. But fortunately, we've got Zionga, even though I didn't use it here. Mazio is basically kind of useless. Doesn't do enough splash damage to, I think, really warrant using it over Zio or, Jeez. By the time you get Zionga, it's probably better just to stick with that instead. Maybe Mazionga will be better, but for now, who's to say? I don't know exactly what cursed items do. I think it lowers your accuracy. Or, it's, right, it could be anything. Anyway, I cut ahead because there's a lot of walking and a lot of traps, and there's also a lot of treasure in here, so just kind of follow along with where the map is. And when you're done, just come back to the center right here. There's one treasure I missed that was in the upper left, but it wasn't anything good. I think it was just like an item or something.
Because it's not about you.
Well, no shit, it was just an
No
item.
one wants others to peek into the dark corners of their heart.
Hey, you sound like a real piece of shit, lady.
There are two lights leading to the room of memory.
There are 4 lights.
One where the soul rests, and the other where the beckoning path is.
It appears the item is a weapon called the Idle Kata, which I don't remember what it does. I kind of just use the Headhunter now. Is it for the best? Probably not, but I don't know what curses do, so it didn't seem to have fucked me up too bad. Anyway, that's the last we're gonna see of the Haunted Mansion. It's giving me some really creepy vibes. I kind of like this guy. He's jaunty. And Zio really... I kind of regret choosing the Zio path, honestly, because it really feels like Aji is the way to go for most of the game. Because so many things have been weak to it. At least that worked out. Zio does get us one particularly strong spell later on, but boy, getting up to it is not fun. Fortunately, Estoma works pretty well here. And like I said, it's... everything's right. Well, I'm not gonna say everything's random, because every door will always warp you to the exact same place that it would have warped you anyway. Like, if there's nothing, nothing will happen. It's not like every save file is different in that regard. Sometimes you just get lucky, sometimes you don't. And I don't know, if this was like an actual VR experience, I don't think anyone would really like it. Because this would literally just be Hotel Mario VR. You're just opening doors. His name Tuna Row? Tuna Roa. Okay, that's entirely different. Like, I don't feel at all threatened by fish eggs. Fish. Ah, we were so close. Yeah, the power of the headhunter seems to vary, and I'm not sure if... Let's see. Yeah, it feels like it might just get weaker as the battle goes on, which would definitely not be ideal. You get one big hit. No, but there you go. I guess the power just varies. I know it's one of those things I probably should have looked up beforehand, but it's probably not ideal. There's probably much better weapons that you could get from sword fusion. Especially since Nemissa doesn't really need that sword all that much, and she's got Zionga for days, and guns for when she doesn't have it. The protagonist definitely needs a good sword better than Nemissa does. Especially later on, once we start getting into, spells that aren't just your elemental affinity. Once we start getting into the Megiddo spells, but those won't be for a while, so we won't worry about it. For now, let's take a look at these jaunty assholes. Ah, all 2 damage. Nice job, buddy. Yeah, I kind of like that Soul Hacker has a lot of these weird demons that you really never see anywhere else. Like, you definitely wouldn't see Gallery Beggar up in Persona 5. Maybe even Strange Journey. Ah, lovely. Strange Journey had some, but the only one that had anything half as weird as Soul Hackers would probably be SMT 4 and Apocalypse. And the Japan exclusive Card Summoner, which is basically takes, I think, all of its things from Soul Hackers. Because every time I look up a demon for Soul Hackers, it always seems to have a Card Summoner variety, and it always uses the Soul Hackers art. I have no idea what Card Summoner could be about. The only thing I know for sure is that it looks like it's for kids, because the box art is like a young-looking kid who kind of looks like, if I'm remembering it correctly, it kind of looks like the kid from Devil Survivor. Like, vaguely, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was just a cutesy little game for kids. Demi-kids before demi-kids. Even though I think the first Devil Children was out by then. But I do not know for sure. There are many, there's a lot of SMT games that or Mega 10 games in general, that I would not begin to claim I know much about. Like Majin Tensei, even though that one's entirely playable, since a lot of it's in English, I think, from what I've been told. Which I'd love to give a shot if it's true. Stuff like Giten Megami Tensei, or Giten Megami Tensei. There's a lot of stuff that just never came to the West, so it's hard for me to tell. Like, we've only got Demi-Kids Light and Dark, but then I think there's a lot of Demi-Kids games, like Red and Black, which I do have a translation guide for, because I kind of want to do a series about it, and just, put little, like, not annotations anymore, but probably just captions in my editing program, where I put the English translation up on the Japanese text, because no one's translated the game proper, like, put it into the game as is, but I have a text folder where all of it's translated, and it's good. Is it entirely accurate? Is anything entirely accurate? When it comes to fan translations, I kind of got to put my faith in whoever did it. But anyway, that's that tangent. We're pretty much done with this one.
I have been waiting for you. This is the corridor that leads to the room where you can touch the heart of the boy.
Please rephrase
The
that.
rest is... pardon me, sir. Please confirm it for yourself.
Okay.
The sound that dwells within memories shall surely return power to that mirror. Please do not forget that.
I'll do my best to remember. Spooky, disembodied voice. It's one of those cases in SMTs, like, where you get, like, a big, perfectly symmetrical thing that there's no real point to fill out, but I just like to do it because it looks pretty. They gave us all this space, might as well use it.
Big sister, I can't sleep. Huh? Who are you? It's already nighttime. Are you ghosts?
Yep.
Is this Six when he was a kid? He was a cute little guy, huh?
Oh, Six. My name's Shingo. What are you doing here? You're not bad guys, are you?
Nah, we're pretty good.
I wish I could keep him. What should we do? If we take him back with us, maybe Six will return to normal. What should we do?
Huh? So you're not bad guys? Thank goodness. I know. Tell me a story. Something fun, but nothing scary, alright? Otherwise, I won't be able to get out of bed to go to the bathroom during the night.
What a depressing-ass life this seems to be.
Shingo, you need to go to sleep, or Mom will get mad at you. What are you here for? Shingo, you know better than to talk to strangers. Now let's go.
Something about that overprotective sister type just scares the ever-living shit out of me. Anyway, if you choose to wait, it's going to make the boss fight at the end of all of this easier. How much easier, I do not know, because I hit wait. But that boss will summon three, the boss will summon 3 party members, so to speak. And if you choose to wait, one of them will go away.
Okay, finished my human observations.
I've been street passing with my other 3DS to make this easier.
Please tell me
100 D-cells is 100 D-cells, baby.
Do it now!
Get bigger, you silly cat.
Power! All my human observation has paid off.
It's Legly.
Different and all, but I'm still the same old Amici.
Aw.
Please tell me.
I think this is its second to last form in this path. And we can get stuff like Satanta, but we're a little weak for it, so I don't have to worry about that yet. And same for Chernobog. We're way too weak for Chernobog. Good skills, though. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time.